Hello students. So today we will start a new lesson 8 Microsoft Word 2010. Now see this word processor is an application software. This Microsoft Word is also an application software and it is capable of creating, editing, saving and printing the documents. A word processor should never be confused with a text editor such as Notepad, which Notepad allows only to create and edit the plain text. So, whereas while using word processor, you can make the changes and illustrate the text. You can format the text. Now, see the knowledge is power, and all of us gain knowledge by reading and imbibing the new information every day. So, this 21st century has witnessed a tremendous change in our lifestyle due to the use of the internet in our daily activities. So, we have slowly shifted our knowledge base to the electronic newspaper, internet articles, online forums, survey reports, and even chats. So this shift has raised a big question: how is such a huge database on various topics created and updated minute by minute across the world? So the answer is writing. So by writing only, the habit of writing created a huge database. Now many people across the globe have a passion for writing. They want to share their information with the world instantly using the internet. So in this manner, information is transformed into knowledge. The best friend of any writer is a pen and a word processor. So that earlier, 15 years before, the best friend of the pen is the writer. Now, in the modern world, the best friend of the man is the word processor. So, here, every single piece of information or daily life is touched by a word processor, directly or indirectly. So that is, it is very important for everyone to know about the word processor. There you can write diary. There you can write your feelings. There you can write your experiences, day-to-day experiences. Now the important features of a word processor. The advent of the word processor has overcome all the limitations of a typewriter, thus leading to the ultimate extinction of the letter, that is a typewriter. So this coming of the word processor, or you can say the invention of this word processor, uh, has removed the typewriter from the work. So nowadays everyone is using the computer, every typing is done on the computer only. Now the characteristic is what the word processor even is ease and speed. So word processor provides an easier and faster method to type the text in comparison to the typewriter. Next is the editing features. In this word processor, we can edit the content, edit the paragraph, but in typewriter it is impossible. You cannot do that. Here the page numbers, headers and footers can also be inserted. Tabular data can also be presented in the document. Next is the formatting features. It helps us to provide the boldface, characters, italics, underline, font name, font color, word, etc. features we apply on the paragraphs. Next is the storage features. So in the storage features, it stores all your documents for future use, which can be retrieved whenever you want. Next is the graphic features. You can add pictures, drawings, and charts to your documents, and this enhances the overall presentation of the document. Next is the printing features. So you can easily take the printouts of your documents. Most word processors have the feature of what you see is what you get. That is, a document on your screen will look exactly similar to its printed version. So before taking the printout on the Microsoft Word, first we see its print preview. Next is the vocabulary and spell check feature. So our processor helps in keeping our document error free as it has a spell check features also. So it checks the spellings also. If any spelling mistake is there, it will be underlined by the red color, which not only correct the misspelled word but also suggest you the possible synonyms also. It is also capable of rectifying the grammatical error. If there is a grammatical mistake in the sentence, it will be underlined with the green color. Next, the components of the Word 2010. So Microsoft Word 10 is a very friendly user interface. It provides a rich set of functionality and the session describes in detail with the various elements of the user interface. You can see that is the first file tab. The Office button of 2007 is replaced by the File tab in the Word 2007. So here you will find the File tab at the beginning. If you can see this, the File tab. So on clicking the File tab, you can create a new file, or you can open the existing file, you can save a file, you can print a file, and you can perform the other tasks which are discussed ahead. See, this is the title bar, this is the control buttons for closing the application, for maximizing the application, for minimizing the application. This is the quick access toolbar, which is contains the frequently used commands. This is the ruler, vertical ruler, this is the horizontal ruler. This is the working area where you write the content. This is the vertical scroll bar. Now this is the application window entire, and this is the document window. So the application window contains the document window. So application window is the bigger window. This is the proofing error, this is the status bar, and this is the horizontal scroll bar. Now see the ribbon. This ribbon is a grouping of the buttons, contains many groups, is the font group, paragraph group, style groups, and the editing groups. So these are called the groups. Next is the quick access toolbar. This quick access toolbar is located at the upper left corner. So here you will find the quick access toolbar on the upper left corner next to the word icon. This is the word icon, this is the quick access toolbar. It provides an easy access to the frequently used command buttons. By default, the three buttons are present on it, which are the save button, undo button, and the redo button. So you can customize the toolbar by adding and removing the commands using the drop down arrow of the customize access toolbar. Here you can add the commands in the quick access toolbar, and you can also remove any command from the quick access toolbar. So quick access toolbar can be customized separately for each application of the Microsoft Office 2010. Now see the title bar. Title bar is located at the top of the Word window, and it displays the current document and the name of the application in the center. Next is the scroll bars. These scroll bars help you to navigate through different portions of the document. Now the horizontal scroll bar is located at the bottom of the page and just above the status bar. So by clicking and holding the pointers on the horizontal scroll bar, you can navigate through the document from left to right. Now the vertical scroll bar is located on the right side of the screen. By clicking and holding the pointer of the vertical scroll bar, you can navigate through a document from up to down. Now see the status bar. This status bar is located at the bottom of the document window, and it displays the status of the documents, that is page number on which page you are working. It displays the number of pages and number of words. If you need more information, then click on the words option on the status bar. The word count dialog box has been opened. It will show you on that page how many words are there. Information like page, words, characters, paragraphs, and the lines. So adjoining to the proofing error icon will highlight the errors. So at the right end of the status bar, you will find the view buttons and the zoom slide bar. It is quite easy to change the view of your document. In the full view, you can go on the minimize view. Let us try. Print layout. So it is selected by default. Now this view shows the documents. It will appear when you print it. Next is the full screen reading. It shows the complete page on the screen and also display the multiple pages. It has several buttons at the top of the page such as save, print, preview, print tools, mini translator, text, highlight, color, and the insert comment. Now at the center of the bar displays the page number and total number of pages, and at the right end of the bar you have the view options, and menu and close buttons are displayed. Next is the web layout. So this view enables you to see your document in a as it would appear as a browser or in a browser such as the Internet Explorer. Now the web outline. It displays your document as an outline view. You can move the text up and down, expand and collapse the labels or change the adding labels. Next, the draft. It displays a document as a continuous text scroll where page breaks are denoted by dash lines. So view is helpful if you are using an older or slower computer that cannot display the print layout view, or various elements like headers, footers, backgrounds, pictures are not displayed in this view. Next is the zoom slider. So on the status bar next to the view button, you'll find the zoom slider. And this lets you zoom in or zoom out your document by moving the slider to the percentage zoom setting. So with the help of this zoom slider, we uh, zoom out or we magnify the content of the application window. Now how we create a document in the Microsoft Word. So we click on the file tab and select the new option. The backstage view appears. Now select the blank document option from the available templates section and click on the create button. Or simply you can use the shortcut key Ctrl plus N to create a new document. Click on the new button located on the quick access toolbar. A new document will appear. Now the save as dialog box will appear. Type a desired name for your file into the file name box and click on the save button. The file will be saved with the extension .docx. So this extension will tell that the file is prepared in the Microsoft Word 2010. Now how you save the document? So after creating the document file, we click on the file tab and select the save as option from the drop down menu. Now the save as dialog box will open and click on the drop down arrow of the tools tab and select the general option. The general option dialog box will appear with two fields, the password to open and the password to modify. You can set the password on the document. So type the desired password in the password to open field, click on OK. So the confirm password dialog box will appear. Again you retype the password, then click on OK. If the password matches, the document is saved with that password protection. Now one can see it open it only with the help of the password. If the password does not match, you receive the prompt message to enter the password again. Now set a password to modify a Word document. So in addition to setting up a password to open a Word document, you can set a password to allow the others to modify the document. If they do are not knowing the password, they cannot modify it. Click on the file tab and select the save as option. Now save as dialog box will appear. Click on the tools tab. So in the tools drop down menu, click on the general option and select the password to modify box under the general option dialog box. Type your password in the text box and then you can click on the OK. Now in the confirm password dialog box, you retype the password and click on OK. So to remove the password, we repeat the above given instructions and then delete the password from password to modify box and then password to open box and then we click on OK. So then click on the save button in the save as dialog box. So this is all for the today students. In the next class, we'll discuss about editing a document and how we select the text. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.